instituted policy. The board has a good policy. It's pretty strict, and we've applied that across the board, and I think they've responded to it. The kids and parents have as well. I think the community understands that we don't want anything in our schools that's going to interfere with the educational process. And we certainly don't want anything in our schools that would suggest criminal activities such as inappropriate images, and I'm putting that lightly. It is something that our kids are into. It's at their arm's length. It's right there in their hands. A telephone is a computer. And when it's wireless, whether they get the 4G or 5G or 6G, where are we at now? Is that the highest one? But it's access. It's right there. You go into a restroom, or you go into the bathroom, or out back of the building, or during lunch, or in the classroom. But I think our school principals in middle school and high school especially, in high school, Dr. Fletcher's certainly had his hands full, but I think kids and parents see the need to get this under control. So again, it's not going to require any action unless the board determines that we need to take more action in that.
Any further discussion on that item? Not. The next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action on Warfield Elementary School sewage and water.
Mr. James, could you give the board a
there's a crack pipe under the floor at Warfield Elementary School that causes an odor in the boys' bathroom on the 4th and 5th grade wing. We're waiting on an estimate. Two different companies supposed to give me a price, and then move forward with that. You know, it's going to be it's going to be expensive. They're going to tear into the floor. It's like two small different areas. And we're excited about it. That's kind of where we're at on that.
How do you mean expensive and what?
Well, we've probably spent somewhere around the neighborhood of $2,500 to $3,000 just in trying to figure out what the.
Okay, trying to find where that. I mean, expensive like.
Knocking out the
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Okay, but just a small section, right? Not.
It's like a 60-foot section of pipe, but we can't know what's that. Take the camera to go through, show us what it's at.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking of, it's not going to be a major.
I think it will be a major disruption to the educational process. My recommendation to the board, unless the board wants to take action on that and proceed with fixing this, digging up the floor, I would recommend to the board that we do what we can to reduce the odors and wait until the end of the year to engage with any type of construction that's going to interfere with our kids' education. And it will. Okay, what are we doing? Well, okay, we've narrowed it down to one bathroom. Is that, Terry, are you in here?
Yeah.
Okay, we've narrowed it down to one boys' bathroom.
Under the floor.
Under the floor.
Under the building.
If you haven't been out there, I've been out there, Larry's been out there, it is an odor. It's sewage. It's more like sulfur. I mean, it's a real strong sulfur smell, and it's a sewage gas. When it doesn't happen all the time, it's not always out there.
No, it depends a lot of times on what kind of humidity we have or something like that.
Yeah, well, there's something like with the barometric pressure and stuff like it. It'll cause things like
When it occurs,
When it can't, just when there's an exhaust in there, but it can't go out the exhaust because too much pressure from the atmosphere. It keeps it in the building. And it'll, depends on how much, it'll come all the way down the hallway.
so we're going to, when that happens, we're going to close the door. It's not going to be in use.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's other facilities available. I mean, they're just going to have to walk down another hallway.
the only thing I'm saying is doing a lot of work there on the building. If it's quite expensive, doesn't tie in with our facilities. I mean, I don't stick in a lot of money in it. Well, I'll leave it at that.
It may or may not be needed to address what needs to be fixed. Depends upon the facility plan committee as we move forward in the new high school facility in our district.
Any further discussion by the board on the issue?
So we're going to do everything possible, though.
You have to make sure.
We got to make it
it'll be bearable. I mean, the kids won't, you know, the smell and everything else. I don't want it to be, you know, I don't want kids to,
We gotta do what's best for these kids.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want kids to breathe it. It's,
Yes, sir. I believe we've correctly diagnosed the problem. That's the cracked pipes under the floor. And the only way we're gonna be able to fix that is put that Larry, dig up the floor. And we're waiting on the estimates of how much that's gonna cost.
I think it'll look good. I mean, if it's a 60-foot section.
It has to be, it needs to be done.
We just wanna, I'm just trying to get a worst case scenario, it's not gonna be more than this, that's what. Just metal.
Okay, well,
Because it's, I mean, it's $2,000 and already it's here, it's over here.
We gotta do whatever it takes.
I'm just waiting on, if it's more than 20, then we got to get it out, and, yeah, I mean, that's what we're just trying to find. Worst, there's, somebody give us a price.
And our insurance doesn't cover it. Check that as well. I'll keep it. As soon as we get the estimates in, we'll bring it back to the board.
We gotta do what's, I mean,
Yeah.
we gotta do what's right.
but is there any way to close that part of the school off? I mean, you can't close it off, and
Whichever direction, it doesn't go directly to the outside, it goes down the,
It's that whole, like the Head Start, that whole, on the, straight from the gym, straight out, that's where it is, we couldn't close that. We close the bathroom, but we just didn't close, trash.
yeah.
Close the whole.
Well, I think you close the roof, the section.
we're waiting on the estimates
Okay.
for how much it would cost and how long it would take to get it done.
And they've already looked at it.
Yes, we've got the CD. If the board members want to look at the video of the camera, that's what was the expense of trying to diagnose what's wrong with it. It's cracked pipes or collapsed pipe?
Two cracks in the pipe.
Two cracks in the pipe under the floor.
So all that stuff's probably laying under the stuff. That's all it is.
I think when I get the estimates and what the work is going to involve, bring it back to the board and consider taking action at that time.
We'll see how much it costs.
Next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action on BG5, on the contract agreement for Shelby Park High School renovations and extensions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is BG5, which closes out the renovations that were completed at the high school INS campus. The work has already been done. BG5 just simply closes it out. So I recommend the approval of that, and the chairman and I will sign those off tonight. Yes. Yes.
Any further discussion on that item? I'll need a motion to approve. A motion, need a second.
Okay.
Motion second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action on the Appalachian Service Project.
This is the, Terry, back to you again. She contacted you about using Warfield Elementary School gymnasium facilities
Yes.
this summer. This is the group that uses the facilities each year here in Martin County. Both the, what is now the high school and other facility that they use. And Martin County Middle School. The wear and tear on these facilities, and it just was at a level that I would not recommend to the board, and I have shared that with the sponsors or representatives of the Appalachian Service Project. We had a pretty detailed discussion of where most of the work each summer is located in the Warfield area, not all of it, but the majority of it. And so they feel that the facilities there, if the board would permit that again this coming year, then that would be enough support for them to continue the work here in Martin County. Mr. Quillen, did you have anything else to add to that? Any concerns that you may have?
No, I don't have any concerns. Just one question, they do pay to do that. I'm just wondering, you might as well get that money.
Where's your sense of community?
That was it.
It's a war.
Maybe we can stay on the
How much did you get last year?
What's he gonna use that in the red book? How's it gonna be?
Yeah, how is that? How do you get that in there?
They were in my book.
Mr. Fletcher didn't get anything last year, so. But anyhow, yes, if there are any proceeds and the board goes forward, the final determination, if you approve going forward so that they can plan, and it is a planning process, Mr. Quill, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a planning process that begins, well, it's beginning now and really starts to come together in January. She'll come back in January with a final plan for the board to approve, but I'm recommending to the board that they would approve the planning of the use of the Warfield Elementary School campus. It won't be finalized until it's brought back with specifics on when the exact times that they'll be in there. Mr. Quill, do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Donna, need a motion to approve? Have a motion, need a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda are reports, administrative staff reports.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I handed out newsletters to each member for more information and review. These will be coming out to you in electronic format, so they will be in color. But we just didn't get it. I didn't get them together in time to give you those in hard copy or in your electronic version. But they will be sent to you this week, and they are all compiled. But these newsletters will be, they are a standard now. You'll be getting those each month from our program directors, and it really does some great things. One of the deficiencies that we have in the district is our communication, especially the great things that we're doing. And Martin County has done and continues to do great things for our kids here in Martin County. And we need to get that communication out. So it started with the program directors, and I think a couple of the school principals have already got the jump on that. And Mr. Fletcher has put forth the newsletter from the high school, and each school will be doing a newsletter to highlight the celebrations and accomplishments of not only the faculty or the students, but also the faculty and staff as well. And on that note, I would also add an accomplishment of Mr. Quillen and his faculty and staff for the fundraising activity that the board had approved in the past. I just want to bring attention to that. They raised $1,311. Is that right, Mr. Quillen?